be taken apart from that job, but it's going to eventually. Yeah? So we'll do as long as we can. So when I get this back up and running.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Blackheath game versus Thurrock ladies. Apologies for the delay in getting the video up and started. We had some technical difficulties with lack of power. We are charging it currently from a power bank, so apologies if the video does cut out. So today, Blackheath's team is Stephanie Hutchinson at 1, Amy Duffs at 2, Alex, sorry if I pronounced wrong, Zednuk at 3, who is also playing captain today, Emily Grant at 4, Rachel Coates at 5, Janet Oakley at 6, Annalise Kosterg at 7, Claudia DiMarco at 8, Ruby Hughes at 9, Jackie Esono at 10, who is also vice-captain today, Beth Whittle at 11, Imo Duffy at 12, Hebe Talas at 13, Alicia Wyke at 14, Openyemi Ola Wapatumai, sorry, I've absolutely butchered that, at 15, and their substitutes Maria Waghorn, Susanna Small and Burbell Boymans. And today for Thurrock we've got Lauren Paul, Sian Fagg, Megan Harris, Poppy Jones, Jess Grace, Sarah Dyche, Maddie Lockwood, Sam Wilmore at captain, Corinne Birch, Jade Wong, Abby Jones, India Harvey J, Sophie Tyler, Izzy Lush and Annalise Curley on the starters, and then the finishers are Leah Dixon, Hannah Smith, Claire Phelps, Amy Parsad or Radders, Ella Loveridge, Susie Franks and Hannah Thornhill. Fantastic tackle by Jackie. Run in by Sophie Tyler. Another fantastic tackle from Blackheath. Straight to Jess Grace. Taken by by Sean Fagg. Run in again by Corinne Birch. Taken into contact by captain Sam Wilmot. Driven again by Maddie Lockwood, however Blackheath do well to push Thurrock back. A wide pass to Annalise Curley from Jade Wong, and then to Abby Jones. Taken into contact again by Corinne Birch, who's driven back by Blackheath. Taken through again by Annalise. And the ref gives a scrum to Thurrock. I believe he was worried there was an injury there. And Thurrock continue to drive Blackheath back, keeping the ball in the scrum. Captain Sam Wilmot attempts to take it round, but unfortunately is stopped by Blackheath. Thurrock crash in again. Jessica Grace takes it over the top. Unfortunately for Thurrock, Blackheath have held up the ball. Oh.
Come on, two!
Keep it nice and tight, Thurrock.
Once again, Thurrock continue to drive the scrum backwards, or forwards for them, towards their try line. Although Blackheath are doing a fantastic job at holding them where they are. Thurrock get it out to the backs. To Annalise Curley. Unfortunately, a miss pass there. Run through by India Harvey. And try scored by India Harvey. Bringing it to 5-0 to Thurrock. And while we're just waiting for this conversion to be taken by Annalise Curley, got a very special shout out to Leah Dixon's mum, Sue, who will be watching from Lincolnshire, her brother Jake and his girlfriend Lindsay from Cambridgeshire. Very dedicated to supporting the T-Birds, watching online every week as committed fans. And hope you're enjoying the game, and hopefully it doesn't cut out again so you can enjoy the rest of it. Fantastic kick from Annalise Curley, just short and slightly to the left, but it's quite a difficult position for a right-footed kicker to kick from.
I'm so glad that's on footage. Just gonna say
And Blackheath kick off. Managed to gather the ball from their kick. It's taken straight to Alicia Wyke. Passed out by number 9 Ruby Hughes to Annalise Kosterg. Just over the shoulder of Claudia DeMarco. And Thurrock have turned over the ball. Brilliant tackle by Jackie Esono. And a brilliant run through by Corinne Birch, but an amazing stop. And a penalty to Blackheath. And run into contact by Alex Zidane, captain for today. Then to Emily Grant. Pass to number 5, Rachel Coates. And a penalty to Thurrock. As Jade Wong lines up for the kick into touch. And straight into the crowd. And it's a Thurrock line out with Sean Fagg throwing in. And straight to Poppy Jones, who passes to Corinne Birch. And then to number 10, Jade Wong. However, it is stolen by Blackheath. And the ref calls it back for the knock-on by Thurrock.
No, so you should be kind.
And Ruby Hughes puts the ball into the scrum. Brilliant drive from Thurrock, but well countered by Blackheath. Although it looks like a bit of a painful collapse. Imo Duffy running it into contact. And gathered up by Abby Jones. And the ref brings it back for an advantage to Thurrock for a forward pass by Blackheath. And the ball is put in by Corinne Birch. Another fantastic drive from Thurrock. Straight to the backs. Straight to Annalise Curley, who passes to Izzy Lush, who is just brought short by by Hebe Talas. Thurrock passes back again, this time to Poppy Jones. Unfortunately, just knocked on by Thurrock. And Blackheath get the penalty for a high tackle by Thurrock. And the kick will be taken by Annalise Kosterg. Fantastic long kick into touch.
Let's contest it.
And it is a Blackheath line out. Ball being thrown in by Rachel Coaters. Brilliant recovery by Blackheath. And a brilliant block by Thurrock of a fantastic kick that I'm sure would have gone right down the other end of the pitch. However, the ref calls it for a knock. Oh, I thought he was calling it for a knock-on. Apparently not. Not quite sure what he's calling that for.
What was it?
And it's a Thurrock scrum. Corinne Birch being marked by Ruby Hughes. Straight to Sophie Tyler. A fantastic tackle by Blackheath.
That's yours, that's yours, that's yours!
All you have.
And Jade Wong kicks into touch. And it's thrown in by Sean Fagg. There's a knock on by Thurrock. Brilliantly held by Blackheath, who pass it out the back to Jackie E, who kicks it downfield. Is recovered by Izzy Lush, who passes to Annalise Curley, with another brilliant chase by Jackie E. And unfortunately, that's another knock on by Thurrock. Annalise C goes to run it in, but the ref calls it back for a scrum. Ref calls it back for a second scrum. Once again, it is a Blackheath scrum. Looks like there's been a collapse with a bit of an unstable scrum. Usually quite difficult to tell who's at fault for a collapsed scrum, but as every rugby fan knows, usually it just goes to whoever the ref decides. The ref calls it back for offside Thurrock penalty. Taken by Corin and then passed to captain Sam W. Pass to Maddie Lockwood. And then to Jade Wong, to Sean Fagg. A brilliant clear out by Sarah D. Pass to Sophie Tyler, then back to India Harvey, then to Abby Jones on the wing, and then inside to Annalise Curley, who scores under the post for Thurrock, with a bit of a late tackle there. Which brings the score to Thurrock 10, Blackheath 0. Another good kick by Annalise Curley, unfortunately just went right. So the score remains at 10-0. As Blackheath line up to kick off. Kicked by Ruby Hughes.
Let's go!
And knock on by Thurrock. Brilliant rock over by Blackheath there, by Janet O. And taken right again. Passed out to number 8, Claudia D. And jumped on by Abby Jones. An amazing counter rock by Blackheath, by Claudia D. I believe that is time off for an injury. And that is Burble Boymans coming on for Oppenyemi. I believe it was an ankle injury. So as we set for another scrum, it is Thurrock ball. Another strong drive from Thurrock. Passed out to India Harvey, who passes to Sophie Tyler. Who gets it to Annalise Kay. An amazing tackle by Blackheath. I believe that was Beth Whittle. And kicked by Jade Wong. Just into touch. The ref calls it back. A line out for Blackheath. Run into contact by... Oh, I can't actually see that number there, sorry.
Come on then, let's play rugby now.
Brilliant kick from Jackie E. Down the pitch to Annalise Kay.
Get up!
There's a penalty for Blackheath for Thurrock holding onto the ball.
Support!
Run in by Annalise C.
Support!
With an advantage to Thurrock for a knocked on ball by Blackheath. Kicked by Sophie Tyler down to the midfield, which is recovered by Alicia W. And a penalty given to Blackheath. And kicked into touch by Annalise C. It is a Blackheath line out. Well dived on by Blackheath. Driven into contact by Alex Z. Ref calls it back for a penalty for Blackheath. I believe for not rolling away. Actually, I don't know what that is. Apologies, I have been playing rugby for 7 years and still don't know these hand actions by the ref. Another Blackheath line out. There's knocked forward to Thurrock. Thurrock drive into contact. Very well counter-rocked by Blackheath, but kicked away and into contact by Thurrock. We've got Opayemi coming back onto the pitch. And brilliantly recovered by Janet O. The ref calls it for a Blackheath penalty. Run in again by Annalise C. With advantage to Blackheath. Another great kick by Jackie E, but stopped by Sarah D. Bit of rhyme in there. Run in by Alex Z, captain for today for Blackheath, and stopped by Poppy Jones. Blackheath continue to drive forward and once again have an advantage. Unfortunately, that is a yellow card for Thurrock. And Blackheath pass to Sophie Tyler, who then passes out to Sian Fag, who passes to Sam Wilmot, and then to Abby Jones, who is driven into contact. and the ref has called it for half-time. We'll try and sort out our electrical problem, and hopefully we'll be back for the second half of the game soon. And we're getting ready to kick off the second half from Sean Fag. Kick back again by Opunyemi. And run in by Annalise Curley. Stopped by a brilliant tackle by Blackheath. I believe that was Alicia W. Run in by, I believe that was Maddie, nope, not Maddie Lockwood. That one was. Passed out wide to Sophie Tyler. Pass down the line to Poppy Jones. And again, very far pass and just thrown off the pitch by Thurrock. Blackheath line out. Oh, and brilliant, brilliant dummy there, thrown forwards. Taken into contact by Alex Z. And a kick by, I believe, Opunyemi. Couldn't quite see that. Sorry, no, I think that was Jackie E. Run into contact by Thurrock captain Sam W. The ref calls it back for not releasing by Blackheath, so it is a Thurrock penalty. The kick being taken by Jade W. Very long kick into contact. This time a Thurrock line out. Back to the hands of captain Sam W. Run in again by Corinne Birch. Amazing counter rock by Blackheath. It is turned over. I believe Blackheath prepares for another kick by Annalise C, who kicks into contact.
Bench plays it back on.
Another Blackheath line out, just missed the line of people. Run into contact by Opeyemi. And again by Alex Zet. Passed out to Annalise C, and the ball goes backwards and then is kicked into touch. A knock on by Thurrock, so scrum down, Blackheath ball. And the yellow card has just had their time up, and Corinne Birch comes off for Radders. Oh, sorry, there was a mistake there. So the yellow card has still got time on her bin, and she's just swapping lines with... Can't see who that is yet. 1 second. And the ball is again put in by Ruby Hughes. And counter-rucked by Thurrock by JW, who unfortunately went off her feet, and kicked by Jackie E. Retrieved by Izzy Lush, who passes to Annalise Curley. With a great tackle by Annalise C. Pass along to Sophie Tyler, who is then tackled by Alicia W. As India Harvey runs it into contact and passes to Rudders. Run into contact by Poppy Jones, but stopped by Amy D. Passed out to Maddie Lockwood, then to Sian Fagg, then to Annalise Curley. As Blackheath attempts to keep her standing, a maul is formed. And it is a turnover to Blackheath, who is tackled by Rudders. As Thurrock tried to attempt to copy Blackheath by holding up the ball, but is unfortunately unsuccessful. An amazing kick by Ruby Hughes, which is brilliantly chased down by Opeyemi, who makes a contact. And the ref calls it for a Thurrock penalty. This is Claire Phelps, Hannah Smith and Leah Dixon coming on the pitch. And they are coming on in replacement of Sarah Dyche and Megan Harris. And Claire Phelps is coming on in place of the yellow card previously. Blackheath touched the ball down on their own try line as they prepare for a kick. Kicked into the hands of Jade Wong, who's passed to Abby Jones, who knocks on. Blackheath passes it back inside with still the advantage from previously, and it is a new advantage for Thurrock being offside. Run into contact again by Annalise C, who I believe let go of the ball in contact. Has now been turned over to a Thurrock ball. Leah Dixon is passed to inside and runs it into contact. Continues to drive Blackheath backwards. Dived on by Beth Whittle. Amazing little kick by Blackheath. It's picked up by Annalise Curley. And passed out to Sophie Tyler. Another amazing tackle by Blackheath. I believe that was Beth Whittle again. And Thurrock have advantage for not rolling away by Blackheath.
I've never done that before, but it's like when was sent line up, it's like, yeah,
And Jade Wong kicks into contact. Into Dutch. I believe we're having this brief pause of play for an injury. And it's an advantage to Blackheath.
Yeah, 2 bars. 9 minutes.
So there's a scrum to Blackheath. So that is Abby Jones coming off the pitch for Susie Franks. And Annalise Curley coming off the pitch for Hannah Thornhill. Izzy Lush has been moved to fullback. And the penalty is given to Thurrock for a strong driven scrum. And JW kicks into touch.
7 minutes left on the camera. I think it's the last minute before I plug the camera in.
And the ball is being thrown in by Sian Fagg, who passes straight to the hands of Poppy Jones. And the T-Birds prepare to drive towards Blackheath's try line. Although Blackheath have been fantastic at defending against all of Thurrock's advances and have continued to push them backwards. And once again, a fantastic defence. And the try is scored by Thurrock, bringing it to 15-0. Unfortunately, my eye line was not quite clear enough for me to be able to see who scored that. And this time we have Sian Fagg kicking for the conversion. Once again, quite a difficult kick from the right side for a right-footed kicker. Although she makes a fantastic attempt and gets a conversion, bringing it to 17-0 to Thurrock. And excuse any language. As India said, pure passion on her part.
Let's go, team, next job. Who's catching? Who's running?
And we have also had Hannah Smith come on the pitch. Not entirely sure who she's replaced. Received by Jade Wong, who kicks back into Blackheath's half. And Open Yemi, who is just tackled by Susie Franks. And back again on the inside from Blackheath, being run into contact by Annalise. And a strong counter-ruck from Blackheath, fending off the Thurrock forwards. And another amazing kick that goes straight to Suze Franks, who passes just short to India Harvey, but gets to Abby Jones anyway, who sprints for the try line. And is unfortunately just missed by Alicia W. and is scored, which brings the score to 22-0. Scharnfag lines up for the kick. An amazing attempt, but unfortunately just right. So that leaves the score at 22-0. As Blackheath prepared to kick again by Ruby Hughes. Good kick into space, but received by Hannah W. Runs into contact, but is stopped short by Emily G.
Come on.
Brilliant inside pass from Claire Phelps to Maddie Lockwood. Running by Hannah Smith, who passes to Izzy Lush, but another amazing tackle by Alicia W. Pass just over the head of one of the Thurrock players to Suze Franks. The ref calls it back for penalty. It's Blackheath's throw-in. Throw-in, that's football, sorry. Can't get my words out today. Blackheath line out. And straight to the hands of Annalise C. Another kick upfield from Jackie E. Amazing counter ruck by Izzy Lush, but unfortunately it's stolen by Blackheath. And another great kick from Ruby Hughes to the hands of India Harvey with a very high tackle there. The ref gives the advantage. And it is kicked by Jade Wong into touch. However, the ref calls it back for a high tackle by Blackheath, so it is a Thurrock ball. And Hannah Thornhill has come off with a hamstring injury, and Ella Loveridge has come on in her place. And another kick into touch by Jade Wong. And run into contact by Claire Phelps. Passed out to Maddie Lockwood, who goes for the gap, but he's stopped by another fantastic tackle. Just knocked on by Thurrock as Blackheath attempt to hold her back. And kick to Jade Wong. And the ref calls it back for the Thurrock knock-on. And the time has been taken off by the ref for a Blackheath injury. And just a warning for some of the viewers, there is 14 minutes left of the game, but unfortunately, due to our technical issues today, we've had nowhere to plug in our devices. So if the game cuts out, severely sorry for that. We'll try and comment the final score if there's any changes by the end.
Record it and post it.
If not, we will attempt to record it without the live stream, and it will hopefully later be posted today.
Long enough to pass.
Fortunately, I believe that might be Alicia W coming off with the injury. Blackheath do very well to drive against Thurrock, however, the ref calls it for a Thurrock penalty. And kicked into touch by Jade Wong. And Sarah Dyche has come on for Poppy Jones. Apologies, she's come on for Maddie Lockwood. Run into contact by Sophie Tyler, who passes out of the contact. And I believe that's Ella Loveridge driving towards the Blackheath try line. And this time run into contact by Hannah Smith. Passed out to Ella, who is just driven into contact by Blackheath. Brilliant defence from Blackheath there. The ref calls it back for a Thurrock line out, for a Thurrock penalty. It didn't go across the 5 metre line in the line out. Held up by Blackheath. And kicked into touch. However, the ref pulls it back again. And once again kicked into touch by Blackheath.
Try and use the zoom as little as possible.
And thrown into the line at Balshan Fag. But it's called for a Blackheath penalty for, again, I believe, not going over 5 metres. 5 metres?
Don't get the others. Maybe there should be another line.
And a penalty for Thurrock. And Leah Dixon attempts to run it in, however the ref calls it back again. It was for Blackheath holding on to the ball.
Dead zone.
And just kicked into the dead zone by Jade Wong. But amazing chase from Ella Loveridge. Unfortunately, Blackheath were just about to beat her to it. So it'll be a scrum down for Blackheath. Brilliant drive from both teams by run into contact by Claudia D. And the ref calls it for a Thurrock penalty. Thurrock are given advantage by the ref.
I'll give you a free.
I can't. I won't take.
The determination of Blackheath pays off very well as they manage to hold up the Thurrock try again. It's called back for a scrum for Thurrock. Amazing counter ruck by Blackheath. Blackheath gained an enormous amount of ground, but unfortunately the ball goes to ground. And Thurrock jumps on it after an amazing kick, scoring the try. And that will bring it to 27-0 to Thurrock.
I think that was Tyler.
I believe the try was scored by Sophie Tyler.
Oh, so is that what it? Oh, so
And another great kick by Shanfag, who gets the conversion. And that brings it to 29-0 to Thurrock.
If you're shopping, you see stuff, you just get it for me and I'll get it.
The batteries will charge up on the...
oh yeah, so I think they must be getting into the shop over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I didn't see it on Instagram yesterday. Get about 3 or 4 of them.
And kicked again by Ruby Hughes to Jade Wong, who kicks it into touch.
And those sausages we got. You'll be on that.
And Blackheath plays it in. Amazing tackle there by, I believe that was Lauren Paul. And a Thurrock penalty is given. Radders runs it in. Passes it out to India Harvey, who passes it to Ella Loveridge, who runs the length for the wing and scores. And that brings it to 34-0 to Thurrock.